Hello and welcome back to my vlog. Today I'm reading from The Universe, a Vast Electric Organism by George Woodward Warder. Found this online at the Gutenberg Project. It's from 1903. And I'm just going to read chapter 3, and it's probably going to take me 4 days. I haven't read the whole thing myself, but it has a lot to do with other things that I'm looking into right now. Chapter 3, Love is the electric law of life. All that live must come from loving. God is love, and love is the law of life and the creative force of the universe. The love of God in the soul is the substance and life of all religion. The love of fellow man in the heart is the foundation of all human kindness and social ethics. As Dante followed his beloved Beatrice from world to world until he found her at the gates of paradise, so we must follow our loves and ideals through all the tragic incidents of existence until we find them as guardian angels at the gates of celestial glory and creative perfection. A noble character, a worthy and useful life of service to others is the chief purpose and crowning glory of all earthly existence. Wealth and fame are mere incidents in the fleeting drama of human experience. All true greatness is in the beauty and grandeur of the soul. It must come from within. External manifestations may shadow it forth, but cannot produce it. All true gentleness and kindness are a reflex of the inner life of love and willing service. We live in the atmosphere that our thoughts and spirits breathe around us, and by opening the windows and doors of our soul to love, we inhale the perfume from other souls and the breath of life from Deity himself. Thoughts are forces, and through them we have creative power, but they must be winged with love to manifest divine energy. Every act is preceded and given birth to by a thought. The act repeated forms the habit determines the character, and character determines the life and destiny. Everything in the material universe has its origin first in the spiritual concept or thought, and from this it takes its form. The spoken word and the mighty deeds spring from the potency of living thought, and life is a tireless swimmer in an ocean of thought. Thought is the conscious energy of the soul, the subtle, invisible force of the reasoning, resistless mind, and to be potent with life must be winged with love. Thought is everywhere and surrounds us like the atmosphere we breathe. When we want a thought, we should reach up into the air for it with the caressing hand of love, and it will come like an invisible messenger from spirit land. We should seek thought and wisdom in the intellectual zenith of our own minds, and not from mediums or clairvoyants, for they have never revealed any great truths. Thus our great poets, sages, and prophets have reached up into the spiritual altitudes and gathered wisdom and truth as the stars are gathered and sparkle in the glittering mirror of night's far-off and measureless spaces. They come with the speed of light from all suns and spheres in the jeweled crown of God's eternal expanse of love and life. They whisper wonderful things to the listening spirit in the silent chambers of the dreaming soul, and they come like angel faces in the visions of night, and paint with the flaming finger of anticipated joy the glorious beatitudes of immortality and love. There is the science of thought which brings wisdom and success, and the science of love that brings peace and joy. It is a beautiful thing to live. Life is the fine art of the soul, the literature of the spirit, where it writes its hopes and achievements. It is the theater of all possibilities here and hereafter, but its atmosphere must be magnetic with love and faith, where the spiritual forces may battle and exert their powers. We must first love all the world if we would have the world love us. Only what comes from the heart can reach the heart of the world, for mankind will care little for us unless we show we care for mankind. But what man earnestly desires and persistently wills and strives to accomplish through love will finally be attained. Love and goodness are all-powerful and will eventually conquer. The first cause of all discontent, weariness, bitterness, and vanity of life is selfishness. It is the corrosive element that rusts away all the pure gold of energy and aspiration. It is as amazing as sad that we burden ourselves with selfish strivings that are of no consequence and miss the gladness and exhilaration of living. For no life is successful unless it is radiant with love and usefulness. Emerson says, quote, "Life is an ecstasy and nothing else is really worth living. Happiness is not determined by a bank account or the flattering incense of praise, but is a mental and spiritual condition." End quote. Ye who seek liberty know this. It can only be found in the liberty of your fellow men. Ye who seek happiness know this. Ye can only find it in the happiness of others, and if you desire to be happy, you must make others happy. This is God's eternal law of compensation, of altruism, love to others. What you do unto others, you do unto yourself. Look upon thy fellow man with wisdom, and thou shalt have love. Feel for thy fellow man with love, and thou shalt have wisdom. And having wisdom and love, thou hast God and heaven in thy heart. These are the golden rules of the New Testament, written in the reason, conscience, and experience of men, as God's living book of wisdom and truth. Every action has its rebound, or echo. Others will return your love or hate, as the mountains return an echo, and by the same law. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. The hate you send forth will return to you. The love you gave will come back to you, for it is an immortal part of you, and a part of omnipotent deity. If you are sick, love. If you are envied, hated, and slandered, love. If age and death steal upon you, love. For God is love, and heaven is love, and love is life eternal. This is God's law. This is the law of man's nature, the law of the New Testament, the law of love and life, the law of the universe. Whatever may be man's misfortune, if he has a love of humanity, a love of literature, art, or nature, he has resources of happiness that nothing can remove. With these, the poor man is rich, and the rich man can never be poor, for each, by love, has overcome the world. Therefore believe and love, and hold fast to the conviction that the forces of life are divine and eternal, and their laws written in the reason and consciences of men, and that death is only a transition from our world to another of greater beauty and perfection. The inadequacy of earth life to satisfy the soul's capabilities is evidence that its career must continue hereafter in brighter worlds of celestial love and destiny. It is said the common epitaph of humanity is, "They mean well, try a little, and fail much." But if love is their guiding star, and they obey the dictates of their reason and conscious duty, their lives cannot be failures. Most of our troubles and cares, like echoes, do not exist until we call them forth. But sweet, subdued sorrow and the tears of love and sympathy that spring from the generous heart to the soulful eyes are like heavenly dews and promote the growth of the soul. They should not be classed among the depressing trials. Neither should friendly rivalry or laudable ambition to excel be deemed trying aggressions, for they are beneficial phases of growth. Humanity should emancipate itself by hitching its chariot to the star of love and switching the current of human energy from the circuit of worry and anger, and connecting it with the motors of good thoughts and noble deeds. All men should realize the fact that anger turns the natural juices of the body into poison, as the vibrations of thunder sour the sweetest milk. And every fit of anger is an electric trip hammer that drives a nail into the coffin of life and shortens human existence. All nature reveals the law of natural selection and survival of the fittest, and demands in man the highest perfection of love, beauty, and self-development. More tomorrow. Make it a great day, and bye for now.